Hello and welcome to Let Us Farm. My name is Emelifon Noel Oge of Let Us Farm. Welcome to Let Us Farm. So here at Let Us Farm, all we do here is to make sure we give you practical knowledge that help you to improve on whatever you are doing in your farming, especially catfish farming. May I use this opportunity to remind you that if you're having any problem whatsoever on your farm, all you need to do is do a video of your catfish. Do this video mainly when you are feeding and send it to me on 081-353-48909. So when I look at this problem, I will be able to help you solve this problem free of charge. Remember, Let Us Farm doesn't organize any lectures that you are asked to pay anything. All ever we do here is free to help you grow your business, understand your business. So if you have any question whatsoever, kindly use the comment section or send it to 081-353-48909. Now, the topic of discourse now is 3 main things that makes your fishes to have the same size of fish cross board during sales. If you don't understand this, I will also do a video later on to talk about why your fishes must be the same size during sales. Now, the main reason why you have to do these 3 things is that if your fishes are similar in the same size during sales, that means you're making money. But if there is step variation, you won't make money. So I will explain this further once we get into this video. I'll be right back to discuss this. And don't forget, watch this video from beginning to end. Any question you have, ask me and I will answer. But if you decide not to watch the video and ask me what I just did in the video, I send you a laughing emoji. I'll be right back to discuss this.
No, this was extra.
Welcome back. So, like I said, there are 3 guiding principles that will make your catfishes to be the same size during sales. Now, for new catfish farmers that don't understand this, look, catfish, when you are raising catfish, even if there are 2, there are 3, there are 4, 1 out of every one has to be a slow eater. 1 has to be a fast eater and 1 has to be a moderate eater. So what this I just said now simply means that your catfishes that are stocked in a pond has their eating ability. So meaning that some eat fast, some don't eat fast. And the truth is that anytime you are doing catfish business, if you are about to sell your catfishes and you look at your pond and you don't have 90 to 95% fishes of the same size and the same weight, unfortunately your profit is going down. And in a situation that you have a very poor variation of like 20% big, 30% moderate, and the remaining 50% they are small, you will have to make a loss no matter the prayers. These things are things that naturally occur. So I wouldn't go to start explaining, what are the implications. That would be done on another video where we'll talk more on what are the implications of you selling fishes that are not same size range. But today what we are talking about here is what are the 3 guiding principles that will make your fishes to be the same size range. Now, this size range, like I said, you should be targeting to get like 80 to 90, from 90 to 95% to 98%. But mind you, you can never have 100% same size in fish. Anybody that tells you that, what you do is use corner of the eyes, look the person, because automatically the person is lying. These things are facts. It can never happen. Now, like I said, in catfish business, we have 3 types of fishes. Once you stock your fish in the pond, there are some of them that are going to start eating very fast. These guys are shooters. They always try to eat whatever they get. But there are some fishes that once you stock them in the pond, if you put food, they don't always come to eat. These guys are just slow. They like to take their time. They don't bother when others are bothering. Now, there are these ones that when you put food, they follow others. Come, try. Even though they may not eat pass the first set, which are the shooters, but they still try to like eat. So these are the regular fishes. Now, these are 3 categories of fishes you have in every pond. However, during sales, you want to make sure that you have this percentage I mentioned, between 90 to 95, 97%, 98%. Like I said, 100 is not possible. Now, like in the next video, I will be able to explain why 100 will never be possible. So now, what are the 3 things that make this to happen? One is your pond size. So every time you see me, I talk about overstocking, I talk about understocking, I talk about stocking normal. Now, if you have a pond size that matches what you are supposed to stock, meaning the fishes in the pond are what they are supposed to be, yes, this will give you an ample opportunity of getting that 90, 95, 97% success rate. For some of you that don't understand what this percentage means, is that the fishes, let's say you are targeting to have a sales of 1 kg and above. So if you now have 90% of the fish in that particular pond weighing the 1 kg and above, so it simply means that your profit margin is up. But in a situation that during sales your target is to have 1 kg and above, and you have 20% of 1 kg and above, seriously, your profit margin is like this, is going down. You know, these things are things that are there. It's not about saying that people don't encourage you or prayers and all the, no, it's about doing the right thing to achieve this result. Like I said, the first thing that determines this result is your pond size, meaning that if your pond doesn't have space, what is going to happen is that the few numbers that are stronger, that are bigger, will be able to take up the eating and the exercising in that pond. That is the reason why you see like 20%, meaning that these ones are the strongest among what you stock. So imagine stocking 100 and only 20 out of the 100 meets your target of 1 kg and above. Technically, you will know that the other 80% are going to pull down whatever this 20% will give you. You see how the law starts? So that's what it means. So your pond size, it's always good to find out what is your right stocking density of every pond. Like I said, I offer free services on that. You don't need to pay me. You don't need to ask too much questions. All you simply need to do is ask me that you have so pond size, how many fishes can it take? Remember, once you ask me, I may go further to ask you 1 or 2 questions about the depth, the length, and the width, and that's all. I'm not going to request any money from you, so don't consider that. And whenever I answer you, if I were you, take my answer and work with it. Do not start thinking that, oh, what I said is too small, because this is where people get it wrong. Somebody will ask you for a pond capacity that ordinarily will take 150. When you tell him 150, he looks at it that, oh, this guy, you are saying a small thing. What if I make it 1,000? It's all good, but the implication is that when you make it 1,000, you discover that some are going to die. Apart from the ones that will die, the ones that will make it, you may see like even 10% only will get that size that you are wishing to achieve, simply because you have choked them up. So number 1 thing that determines this problem is your pond size. Then number 2 thing that determines this problem again, that will help you to solve this problem, is your feeding size. Like I always say, if you check my videos, just type on YouTube best feed size. If you get to my page, Let Us Farm, LETUSFARM, Let Us Farm. So when you get on the page, just go on your search bar on that page, just type best feeding sizes. You will see the where I discuss about best sizes. Now the idea of best sizes is that at each age of this fish, nutritionists, animal nutritionists have sizes that what these fishes are supposed to eat. Example, at 2 months your fishes are supposed to be on 2 mm. But some people have this weird idea. I understand that 2 mm is more expensive, but before you started this business, you must have asked questions and you were told that fish feed is expensive. So that's not an excuse. Just stock what you have the money to do. show off doesn't work in the business. Reality will hit you so hard. So the best thing is, at 2 months, your fishes are supposed to be on 2 mm. But some people will start saying, no, 2 mm is more expensive. They now go to 4 mm. So technically, what you have done is that you have deprived your fishes of the nutritional content in 2 mm. Now, you remember that there are some of your fishes who eat very fast. So because they eat very fast, they are bigger. Because they are bigger, they can be able to swallow 4 mm. But those ones that are slow cannot. So they will just go drink water and they are okay. But the problem is they will not grow because you are already starving them with the feed sizes. So you see, your feed sizes will now help to limit some of your fishes from eating, thereby reducing their growth possibility. And you know what happens at the end? You as the farmer would have the tendency of losing money because when they did not eat, they can't convert it to growth. And once they don't convert it to growth, you will not make any money. So the second thing that controls this is your feeding sizes. You must have to get it right. You can't be feeding a fish of 3 months with 6 mm. It doesn't make sense. Most of them will not grow because they are eating what is bigger than them. Some will tell me they are looking at the fishes eating it. Who told you? Sometimes fishes can just eat food like this and they will not eat it. You think they are eating it. They don't. Sometimes you put food, you see fishes, they rush the food and all of a sudden they disperse and leave the food to sink. They rush it but they don't like the food, so they go away and leave it to sink. And you think they are eating it. That's why some people get to the end of their pond and they see something like sand under the pond, not knowing it's the feed that they have been feeding. You are doing the wrong thing. So if you have any question on this, also ask me in the comment section. Then number 3 thing, the third one that actually determines this is your feeding. How do you feed your fishes? Some people have a funny theory that because of the economic situation, it's good to feed fish once. Okay, you yourself, do you eat once because of the economic situation? I mean, come on. What is good for you is also good for the fishes. Remember, as a human being, you eat because you need nourishment of your body. And the nourishment is what makes you to grow. So the same thing that happens to you is also what happens to fishes. Now you don't feed them, you starve them. So instead of them eating twice to be okay, you feed them once and say because of the economic indices. What happens is that, like I said, only these fast ones will always rush to grab the food. But those slow ones, they will never come. The ones that are just averagely coming to eat, most of them will not eat. So by the time you want to sell, you will see everything you have done. I used to say something. Catfish farming is like when you go to school. You start school, nobody disturbs you about anything, higher institution, but when it's time for you to check your result, you see people panicking. They are panicking that they don't know what is going to be the outcome of the result. How will you say you don't know? You are the one who wrote everything. So why will you say you don't know? Same thing with fish. So you actually knew what you were doing. You believe that somehow some things are going to work. Some will believe that just encourage me, I know what I'm doing. Some will say, oh, we are making prayers, it's going to work. What that God is going to change every situation. If you want these things to work, you have to put effort. Put in your effort. You don't start deceiving yourself with things that are not feasible. I mean, come on. If you don't feed them, they don't have anything in the system to convert. And you knew before stocking that these things are going to eat. So there is no single excuse. So that's the reason why when this happens, when your fishes are supposed to eat, you are not feeding them. You are starving them. So only those ones who are fast, again, like I said, will be the ones that rush the food. The other ones will have nothing to eat but just water. So by the time you want to sell, even the ones you see that look big, when you put them on scale, they have no weight. So you see, the 3 things that control these things are, number 1, the pond space. Number 2, the feed size. Number 3, feeding. There are other things that also contribute, but these are the 3 major things. Now, tell me what you think about this thing that we discussed. Do you think that they are fair? Do you think that, oh, maybe there is more to this? Let me see that in the comment section. And until I come your way next time, remember, if you're having any problem in your farm, just send me the video and I will solve the problem for you free of charge. My name is Emele Oge of Leros Farm. Keep farming. It's a wealth life.